Hello.
How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I was just thinking about a chat too. That's funny.
Well, a lot of people have fallen off, I guess.
Yeah, it's that lull. It's that time of the year.
Yeah, everybody's busy, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I needed a break from my day anyway.
Was today rough?
Yeah, I just So my wife calls me last night when she's getting off of work. It was about 12:30. I'm sleeping. I got the kids asleep. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, the car's shaking. I was like, oh, do you remember about 6 months ago when I told you you need new spark plugs and coil packs? I was like, put it in park and rev it up. Does it stop shaking? Yeah, yeah. I think you need new coil packs and spark plugs. Ask a coworker for a
Yeah.
ride home. I'll fix it tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't want to drive it too much like that. When they're misfiring, you get too much fuel in the catalytic converter,
Mm.
and it could burn that up, and then it gets expensive quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't think about that. I mean, she doesn't go very far with it, but like it started shaking, so I was like, all right, like don't drive it home. I'll go down there. I'll pull the coil tomorrow when I go drop you off or whatever. Yeah. And then Ford called me back about my what's it called um my manufacturer defect thing. So they finally scheduled a time slot for me to go do that. So it's just which made me running into trying to clear, trying to self-diagnose. I got a weird code on that Ford, but it's drivable. But I've had it for the better part of a year. I just don't want to go to. It's one of those things like nobody can pull it up on their scanners, and I don't feel like giving them $250 to tell me what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like I just such bullshit. But but since it's going in there, the guy told me he was like, I'll see what I can pull up for you, and if I can't pull up anything, I'll see if I can work something out. All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, the
This-
internet's a beautiful thing. If you have just one of those basic scanners and get the P
No, it
code.
won't. It won't show up on the. It won't show up. And now, I was lucky. I found a piece of paper. I found the piece of paper that I wrote it down originally on, but no, like even O'Reilly's and everybody, nobody can bring up the code. They're like, dude, it won't read. Dude, it won't read.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's probably something that there's some fuckery. Like
There's a
after.
website. I think it's called startmycar.com or something like that.
Uh huh.
There's a pretty good section in there where you can describe like you put your make, model, all that stuff, model and year and all that stuff in,
Uh huh.
and it'll bring up problems that people have experienced before. And you can also get free wiring diagrams and stuff like that in there too.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I just it's either going to be something easy and cheap, or it's going to be freaking all-wheel drive control module. I've got it pretty much down to that. But since it's going to be in there, we'll see what we can get done.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked at a dealership, I looked at codes anyways, so it's not like they're doing something they probably aren't already doing anyway.
Yeah. So.
Like I would always look the car over, trying to drum up extra business for myself. So it's like
Of
you get a
course.
free little inspection, and
Yeah, but they're already going to have it in there, and they got a good day's worth of work on it. So, but they're going to have it there for 2 days, maybe three. So they got the time to run it. And he said
did
he'll
you say
work
you had,
with me. And he said he'll work with me because I got I got two of his guys into a lot of trouble because it took them a year to get me all this stuff done, and it's a recall problem. Shouldn't have taken a year for this to be done, and I escalated it really far up.
What, they didn't want to do the recall?
They freaking like they just wouldn't call back and all this stuff, and then I asked one of my old bosses that who buys an awful lot of vehicles from them, and he was like, you know what, I know the person to call. Watch this. And some people had some bad, and it doesn't help either. After getting bullshitted around for the better part of a month, I started writing down the date and the time and who I spoke to. Yeah. So I had a couple pages worth of all that. I gave it all to him.
Yeah, somebody got their ass chewed.
Oh, I'm sure a handful of people did. You driving west right now, or are you driving back
Yep.
east? Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like you're driving
Still
west.
still on the way out west. Just went through Amarillo. We're the schedule's all messed up.
Oh, that sucks.
We showed up to get the trailer, and I hooked everything up. Found out the trailer had an air leak in one of the
Oh,
airbags,
shit. Oh no.
and the shop won't work on the airbag system with the trailer loaded, so they had to cross load a new trailer.
Jesus Christ.
That took about 5 hours, I want to say.
Really?
And then the new trailer that they brought me had a really bad oil leak from the hub.
Oh
So I
shit.
had to take that over to the shop. I'm like, let me guess, you won't work on it if it's loaded. The guy's like,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
He's like, he goes, no, we can take care of this pretty quick. And it was quick. They just had to undo 2 airlines and do like 8 bolts and replace a gasket.
Oh, but still, it's one of those like, let me guess about how my day gets better.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's all downtime for you too, ain't it?
Yep. So we don't get paid for anything like that. We only get paid for miles that we drive.
Yeah, that's freaking rough, man. Discouraging, but once you get on the road, at least you're moving.
Yeah. We got a routine going. We stop at the same places every time. But when
Good.
you're 6 hours behind, all the other stuff changes.
Yeah, it makes you want to push too, you know?
With the since we're pulling doubles, you can't just park anywhere you please.
Oh shit, yeah. And it screws it screws everything up. Screws up your sleep pattern. It screws up where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah. So we got it set down to the times that we get where we're going. Like it's not a busy time, so we can just park in the fuel lane and not have somebody behind us all pissed off that we're not
Yeah,
moving.
exactly. Exactly. Kind of what I was trying to explain. You've had better words than me. I don't words good right now. I'm putting stickers on my new gun cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love the stickers.
Yeah, well, my freaking wife, she tells me, I thought you were bringing up, one of the ones you spray painted. I was like, no, I sold them all. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So I didn't freaking spray paint this one. I just brought it up, and she was like, well, it's kind of ugly. So guess what? I'm gonna freaking put stickers all over it just to piss her off. I'm choosing violence.
You probably shouldn't antagonize the wife just for just for doing it.
Well, she's been asking me for, years and years and years. What are you going to do with all these stickers? What are you going to do with all these stickers? I was like, oh, I'll put them on something one day. Yeah, guess what? That day's here.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stickers on my gun cabinets too.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Let's go. But I switched over. I don't. At least I don't buy stickers anymore. I bought a handful. I just get them from all the shit. But I do buy some
Yeah,
funny magnets.
you do. You do buy the stickers. It just comes with free gun parts.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you're really paying for.
I thought about making a video. I did an unboxing on something that came with stickers. Uh, I thought it would be funny to redo the video and throw the part away and be happy about the sticker.
And put it
Like,
on
ah ha
something.
ha. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny. A lot of people would understand.
Well, I shared this out on Muffin's Discord and Twin Arrows Discord. Looked like one person showed up for like a second and then left.
Yeah, it's been quiet on. It's been quiet on there today, especially over on Twin Arrows compared to normal. I think everybody's just had one of them days.
I guess his generator took a shit, so he hasn't been on.
Yeah,
And
he's been going through it again. Poor guy.
Muffin hasn't been on either.
Yeah, he said that he was going to take a break for a week. So
I sent him and Lawfully a invite.
oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, I gotta chill with the stickers. I'm starting to get to ones that I don't want to get rid of, and the ones that aren't duplicates. Because I do want to do. Have you ever seen like those benches where guys use like a like an old tailgate or whatever and turn them into a bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna do a tailgate for one of for my hard body that I have back home and like clear coated and stuff. And then when the motor finally takes a dump out of it and turns over again, because that speedometer has gone around already. And when it finally does take a dump, take it out, keep it nice, and then make a bench out of it.
Hmm.
I want to keep some cool stickers for that.
I saw an 85 K10, I guess,
Okay.
Chevy, all redone, lifted for
Hmm.
10 grand. For 10 grand.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I I got rid of. Yeah, I even out here. I forget what was it. It was an early '90s Toyota. It had a little bit of a lift on it. Had some good new, newer beefy tires on it and shit. Sold it for way more than what you should have. Like I posted it up for 10. Some guy showed up with 8. I was like, got a pen? There you go. It's only running 2-wheel drive right now, not 4, right? It needs some work. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Back home lift, like even trucks from the '80s, they go for fucking stupid money. They go for stupid fucking money. I don't get it.
Yeah. I remember, not that long ago, paying like $800 for a good running truck. Might
Mm,
have had rusty body panels, but frame was good, drivetrain was good.
yeah,
You know, so when did they go from $800 trucks to $10,000 trucks?
yeah. That I don't understand because you could always get a really good deal on a truck out here, ship it back home for me, ship it back home and still have meat left on the bone. Now that's non-existent,
I know
and I'm about
they
I'm
really.
about upside down with freaking. I almost went upside down with my truck because I bought it during the jabby jab days, and Paid way too much for it. But that's when the prices all went to shit.
Looks like Grit and Grace jumped in there for a second and said, "Hey, hey." Says, I guess they went from $800 to $10,000. Said when it took computers to work on them. The 85s and stuff, they still, that's what I'm talking about. If they're in any kind of decent shape, asking 10 grand for them, still the same old truck, just, you know,
Yeah. I
carburetors
mean,
and 350s.
you'll be fine, you know. As long as you got a boneyard with parts, you'll be fine.
Yeah. My last Chevy, I traded it for a 95 BMW 525. It was kind of roached out. I'd put nice wheels on it and cleaned it up. And the guy that I traded with was like, "God damn it, why did I do that?" Because the body was in great shape and it had tinted windows, so the interior wasn't sun damaged at all. Took the
Nice.
tint off. I took the tint off, put nice wheels on it, fixed all the window regulators and stuff, and just put a little bit of work into it. And it was real nice.
It was a 1992. It was my first car that I bought. And it was a 1992 Honda Accord owned by an old ass couple. And I mean, the paint was absolutely garbage, but inside was immaculate. And I was like, $1,200? Hell yeah. Everybody gave me shit until they saw the inside of that car. They were like, holy crap. I'm like, uh-huh. I don't give a shit what the outside looks like. I'm comfortable.
TMT in the chat calling me a fool, probably for getting rid of the Chevy.
Yeah. And then I get a letter in the mail earlier this week from Kia. It's like, hey, we can get you out of your $5,000 loan. Come down here, blah blah blah. It's like I've already made the mistake of buying a Ford. I'm not gonna fucking trade it in for a Kia. I'm not that stupid. I'm not retarded. I'm stupid. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not retarded. Like, nope. That car is almost paid off. That's why I'm willing to spend the damn $200 to figure out what's wrong with it.
Yeah. Uh, we only got like 1,000 left on my Ford pickup. It should have been paid off by now, but I paid so much up front that I stopped making payments on it for 6 months, and I was still ahead.
Yeah, I've been throwing for what, a year and a half. I've been throwing double payments at it. I'm like, because if the thing shits the bed and I still owe money on it, I'm gonna be freaking. I'm burning it. I'm burning it.
uh, Rolling through Texas right now. Just left Amarillo. Grit, Grace, Grit and Grace. Yeah, the last time I went and got mine inspected, the one guy, I think there is rust in the bottom of the bed, which I thought they were aluminum beds, so I'm wrong there.
Well, apparently not.
There's a where the bed floor meets the side on the inside is rusted out pretty bad, and I think the guy that inspected it, he heard my hitch. Like the hitch makes noise when you hit a bump,
Hmm.
and I think he thought the bed was like flopping off the frame or something, and he told me I had to replace the bed or fix that rust before he would inspect it. So I ran around for probably a year with a dead inspection till finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it somewhere else. I took
And
it to
someone
another
passed it.
shop. Yeah, I took it to another shop, and they're like, yep, you're all good. I made sure it had, and like the day before I was supposed to take it, my rearview mirror falls off, so
Of course.
I had to fix that. I put new windshield wipers on it because that's one of those things they love to get you for.
That's crazy. I've never. I mean, I grew up in a state where you had to go get a safety inspection every year, and like, but I've never. Then again, maybe it's the places I would go to too. They usually were just like, make sure your tint's not too dark. Okay, your blinkers work. All right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, depends on where you go. Like I've been going to the same place for a long time. I took all my vehicles there.
How much do they charge you?
It's like 70 some bucks in Pennsylvania.
Holy shit! I thought it was bullshit paying 25. And do
Yeah,
you
and
have to do that
it's
every
due every
year?
year.
Holy
Every year.
shit! And then, like, I know in Hawaii, the frickin' you got your registration. You can only do it every year. You can't do any more than that, and it's crazy, crazy expensive. Like, I just paid on my beach truck and the hard body, and it was a couple $1,000.
Yeesh.
No, not couple. It was like $1,700. But
Yeah, I used to live
got
in
my
Maryland.
bike too.
They only get you once, but they're pretty strict usually on you that
Yeah,
one time because they know they only get you the once. That was nice, but I had emissions, so
yeah,
anytime your
that's
check engine light came on, you would be screwed for emissions.
that's
I don't have at least I don't have that in Pennsylvania. At least
yeah,
where
that's
I
what.
am.
Yeah, they don't have that in Hawaii. They don't have emissions. And I think they went away with I think they really laxed up on the lift laws because you used to have to go get a certified. Where they would go into it is if you had a lift on your vehicle or you had it lowered, you'd have to get a reconstruction permit, which is a little bit extra. And then someone would actually have to make sure like you didn't like cut your coils or some dumb shit, that you did it right.
Make, yeah, make sure it was safe.
Yeah. But I think they laxed up a lot on that in the last 5 years.
There's I think it's Virginia has a very strict law about like you can't even have modified exhaust.
Oh, it's
Like if
one of those
like if the,
Californias.
yeah, I think it was Virginia. Like if you go buy them, you know, with one of those little fart cans on your Honda,
Uh
they'll
huh.
pull you over for that. And I worked with a guy. He lived in West Virginia, but he worked in Virginia. And he had just got a new diesel truck and just spent like thousands of dollars putting an aftermarket exhaust on it.
Uh huh.
And he got pulled over on his way home and got a ticket for modified exhaust just because it was too loud.
That's crazy. I know that when I was younger, that could be probable cause to get pulled over where I grew up, but that's was pretty much the extent of it. Like if he felt like he really, really wanted to get you on something, and he couldn't find it, couldn't find what he wanted to get you on, a little fallback.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that because the new Jeep I got, Grace was just saying that if your tires stick out a little bit further than your fenders,
Oh yeah.
the Jeep that I just got, it's got the rock fenders on it
Oh okay.
and big old tires. They definitely stick out farther. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got inspection on it, but I'm worried what's going to happen when I go to get it inspected somewhere else.
Yeah, I got like I'm all good. I'm okay with tires sticking out a little bit or whatever. But if you got like 3 inch fucking spacers on it, you're just being a freaking asshole and hugging the lines. Then it's like then that's one thing. But I like the tires sticking out a little bit. But I've realized that over the past several years, I'm like Florida. They don't give a shit about nothing as long as you pay your registration. They don't care. You can cruise down the road with no doors and all that fun stuff. They don't give a flying fuck. The
I think
craziest, The
Go
craziest I
ahead.
ever seen was Guam. They don't obey any kind of traffic pattern or signals or anything like that. Guys ride around with no doors, no seat belts. Freaking yeah, that place was like the wild wild west, man.
I go through Tennessee twice a week, and I don't think they have vehicle safety inspections there because I see some real junkers going up and down the road in Tennessee.
And that's crazy. If you start seeing that kind of stuff and you're on kind of like the main roads, just imagine what else is floating around out there.
We have a wild, lawfully armed.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy. What's shaking, my friend?
Just getting in some family time this evening. I'm here now.
Yeah. Well, I'm honored that you took some precious time away from the family to come hang with us losers.
Oh, you're not losers. But I'm honored. You're honored. You're honored. I don't have anything new or exciting to report. I didn't grow a garden this week. I didn't stack 2,000 rounds. I didn't do anything noteworthy or momentous.
Just living life. That's exactly how I felt when I was thinking about starting this chat. It's like, man, I don't really have much to report on or talk about. Nothing that probably hasn't been beat to death in the circle already. Just the craziness of the world.
Yep.
So don't have to come up with anything profound. Just bullshitting.
That's good. That's all I got.
I did manage to find one of those barrels that I was looking for, the afterburner, and what the hell's it called?
The ramjet and the afterburner.
Yeah, ramjet and the afterburner for the 43X.
Yeah, I was happy for you when I saw you do that. You purchased it, right?
Yeah,
Have you taken it out
I
yet?
now I got it in late, and my neighbor's been real weird about me shooting in my backyard, so I got to take it somewhere.
You're gonna be pleased.
I, I've
You're gonna
I've
be
heard it.
pleased.
I've heard it makes a pretty good difference.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it for the price, but man, I got a really good deal on mine, so but yeah, it goes, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a redneck engineering way to test the recoil mitigation. Like I want to set up a camera and like rest it on one of my sandbags and put a ruler behind it or something, and shooting with a normal barrel, a jet, and then I have that antimatter thumb rest gas pedal on the side. I want to see
Hmm.
if you know see how all three of those do independently, and then what it looks like all together. And hopefully, with the camera off to the side, I'll be able to measure it.
Got to make you like a degree.
Yeah, you can put some
Get you
striped
some poster
cardboard.
board.
You can hillbilly the shit out of it with some striped cardboard with different colors on it.
And I have seen before where a guy uh, put a rifle into a rest and then he would pull the trigger with a string and see how far the rest would move backwards from the recoil. And then he would put like a muzzle brake on it and pull the trigger with a string and see if it moved back less. Maybe I could come up with something like that, but I think the other way would be much easier. Yeah, but that'd be much easier if I was doing it in my backyard. But
Yeah,
unfortunately,
definitely.
my berm has weathered down, and it's great over the when you get to shooting too fast.
I did get some of that hockey tape. I'll have to give that a try. Did we lose you?
No,
Nope,
he's there.
I'm still here.
Okay. Said I got some of that hockey tape. Gave that a try. Kind of dig that.
You working out good?
Is it
Yeah.
like
Just like
rubbery as opposed to the sand like for the Talon grips?
nah, it's neither one. It's literally just like cloth tape with like a better adhesive on the backside. And it doesn't, like, if you pull it real tight, it doesn't add a bunch of squish or texture or anything. Like, it doesn't add any girth, and it's not overly squishy. But what it does do for you is, like, if your hands are wet, it gives you more grip. Like, it's tackier when your hands are like sweaty or wet or whatever. But you can use it to like build up the grip. Like I went ahead and like super wrapped my Bodyguard 2.0 with the intention of getting out eventually and testing to see if that helped with like by building up the bottom half of the grip, kind of give more girth to it. It might also help extend that reach to the trigger, so I can use more of the tip of my trigger finger rather than so much like the first knuckle. And I probably will do something similar when I get my PDP in. Probably do something similar to that F series because I like the
Kind of like
feel of like building up a backstrap because I like the
I was
feel
gonna say
of
like
the
palm
PDP
swell.
F series. Yeah, there you go. Because it adds like that 3 dimension. It's not two dimensions, the width and the length or whatever. We would reference the front to back and the side to side, I guess is the way to word it. The F series is what we built in the class. We all got to keep the one we built. And I like the way that those feel compared to the regular compact. The regular PDP to me feels overly large, but I need more hump on the back. And nobody makes a large backstrap for that. You can buy the brass ones from several companies. They all advertise them as being roughly the same size as the small backstrap. So I need to impress upon somebody to like manufacture a large one, or like a humpier one, not so much flat. Like the hump on a Glock 26 has always felt better to me than the location of the hump on a 19, if that makes sense. Like that being higher, it does something for that bone structure, that alignment in my hand, where I'm able, they talk about getting on top of the gun, like you're able to get more of that drumstick, that thumb joint, that palm meat of your, like the drumstick of your thumb, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Get more of that on the back of the gun, on top of the gun. That's what I need for that PDP, which will probably be my new EDC. I've already got a holster ready for it and light. Just waiting on the piece. And I have.
I was just
decided I
thinking
wanna
maybe
put-
you could put the. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put a Holosun EPS on it, but I haven't decided what plate. Radian was making their Guardian for the PDPs, but it appears they have discontinued that product. They're just making them for the lock. And it acts as both your adapter plate and like a shield for the front pane, so you could rack off of it or whatever. And it has like backup irons built in. There's still some for sale in the wild, but looking at their website, it looks like they've discontinued it. So if I can't source
So you
that, I
better
may go
get-
another way.
Yeah, better get it while you can. They're gonna start
Well,
charging a fortune for it.
nah. I hit them up on their social media about asking if they're gonna reintroduce that product because there's been a second wave of interest in the Walther products with all the SIG kerfuffle. They can't make / import enough of them right now for law enforcement sales.
Makes sense.
Like they were those days that we were there a couple weeks ago, they were getting calls. They were telling us they were taking calls, talking to one of their LE guys that like agencies local to, like they were having, slow down. They had departments calling them saying, "Hey, we need 700 of your guns." And they're like, "Okay, do you need like samples?" Like, no, like our sister agency already has them. If they're good enough for them, they're good enough for us. Like they had several agencies in Pennsylvania, I guess, contact them because the Pennsylvania State Police carry the PDPs. And they were getting agencies from Pennsylvania and Florida and different places calling, where they've already made headway, with like a large municipality or like a county sheriff's office or whatever, and they've got like city agencies calling. So good for them. And it's a boom to Arkansas because they're one of the, I wouldn't say few, one of several gun companies in Arkansas that kind of represent Arkansas on the map. Definitely one of the bigger ones by volume, number of jobs and such, but so it's good. Go Arkansas.
I sent the invite to Muffin Top. I just sent it again. Should be on Discord.
I think Discord dicks up for him sometimes because like he'll swear that he sent me one and I'm like, no, I haven't got it. And then all of a sudden I get 3 and he goes, do you not see it?
He's like, now I see all
it's like,
3.
I see it now because it just came through, but I've been sitting here looking. So I don't know. I'm sure he'll be on here hot and sassy in a moment. Jump in here and get fresh with you.
I've seen people building up the grips to their guns before, using all kinds of stuff like JB Weld and all that. I was thinking like something less permanent if you're going to use that tape anyways. You always build up a layer of 4 or 5 strips on the backside.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I did
And then
with
wrap
the bodyguard. I cut a couple of short strips and stacked them and then just wrap the shit out of it to like tack them down. And the stuff's cheap. It ends up being like 10 cents a foot or something. So I probably got, and I was like cutting off strips and then sticking it to the side of the table. And I'd go back and cut that piece off so that like it was totally fresh adhesive everywhere that it was applied, except for a little bit that I had to touch it. So I might have like $2.50 or something. Not even that. Probably not $2 in it. So if it gets gross or you want to change something, you can just peel it back off and try again. I got a 3-pack. I stuck it on the back of the holster too, and messed with carrying appendix. wrong-handed appendix. I don't know. It wouldn't be appendix because it's on the wrong side.
Hey, oh, we got a muffin top now. Now it's a party.
11
Uh-oh.
flock and carry, I guess. I'm not gonna paracord wrap my pistol, but yeah, I know for like handguards and stuff, I've seen and done that before.
I think paracord would be too much buildup. Like the whole point of your concealed carry being so small and slim, it's for that concealed carry part.
I don't know how you would begin and terminate it and not have like a weird kink.
What are you talking about? Putting paracord in a handgun?
Yeah, Patriot from Warsaw says try paracord wraps on a grip. It's awesome.
Done it on like AK stocks, like triangle stocks, and I've wove some around on AR stuff before.
And doing for a mag well for my J5. 19. It's a lot of fun. I haven't been able to do videos, guys. I just got done gutting my bathroom, and I have to gut the ceiling and the floor tomorrow. We're doing it 100% brand new.
Cool.
And I got to go to work tomorrow, so it's awesome.
Yeah, you can tell that deer season's around the corner. There's been a noticeable uptick.
For
in the
fun
beginning
fact,
build up to deer season.
Muffin Top don't get rifle season this year. My surgery's November 12th, and deer season starts the 15th. So,
well, you tell them, you call them back, and you tell them you can't come in for until the next week.
well, either days before I go on my vacation to Florida. So we already bought the plane tickets, and
Go doctor yourself.
We already got
Hey,
tickets.
if you get your temporary handicap placard, can you shoot from a truck?
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to move for about 2 weeks after the surgery. They said.
Well, you can flat back from the bed.
I don't think I could survive the ride out in the middle of nowhere.
Air mattress.
Can you shoot over corn? Put some corn in the backyard?
No, can't over bait.
Well, you got to call the state and tell them we got to work something out.
Bait.
Call the state and tell them we got to work something out. I mean, it's
a.
All right, what if you send R out the day before to like lasso a deer, and then he can just bring it back and tie it off to a tree?
Wait a minute.
You see Coldfoot and freaking R out there running around.
You just like roll the window up from the bedroom and just kind of lean out. Just get the muzzle out the window so you don't block your window panes or.
Fine, but no, it's they said they're going to be good. So they're going to go through the front. So they had to go to the doctor because they're going to move my guts and stuff. It's probably where it sounds like they're going to go down. They're going to probably either go around my bladder or they're going to go above my bladder and down. I don't know. It sounds really gross. I don't want to hear any more about it, but.
Just tell the doc, I don't want to know how the sausage is made. Just get her done.
Nick, my sausage.
An extension.
So your tummy's gonna feel like a woman after they give birth. Everything's gonna be all jiggled around.
So I'll get the mesh that doesn't have a bunch of lawsuits on it and a bunch of other shit. By the way, I did not do that injectable weight loss medicine because Lawfully got me freaked out about it. But I have also seen there are a lot of bad side effects with that stuff. And I was thinking, me being a conspiracy theorist and getting into stuff, why wouldn't you want to have your next jab be extremely voluntary after you make the problem of obesity and put the carrot out and say, you guys want to get skinny? And then make it, you know? they kind of a fad drug where it's really hard to get. You have to be pre-diabetic, and your insurance won't cover it, and it's really expensive. And now there's all these little weight loss things. I don't know if you guys seen, but there's some new patents for some jibby jabs. So compromise with those, especially the jibby jab has a percent mortality rate theoretically on the new thing that they're basing it on. So, yeah, the first time you take the voluntary weight loss stuff mixed with that stuff, your immune system can't fight it.
You're coming in real gargled. Like every other word, you're underwater.
But we got the gist of what he was saying.
God damn it.
Yeah. Everything besides diabetes, like, is off label for those medications. So I think it's dubious.
Yeah,
It's all bad. Guarantee it's all bad.
Like paralyzed stomach stuff and the
Blindness.
the potential blindness and the just the zombie looking after effect of all the. I mean, look at all the celebrities are taking it just for the vanity effects of it, and then like they go too far and they look like sickly.
Everything's a trade-off in this world. There is no win-win situation. Everything is a trade-off,
Yeah.
and you got to weigh the potential benefits with the potential risks and make your own decisions.
Yes, I agree. So, I am going to be super pissed if this actually works out, which, you get like desperate and you're like, man, I hope this works. But if it actually does work out and I spent the last decade of my life in pain, I'm going to be really pissed.
Well, the surgery that they're planning on doing, is it one of the newer ones that they've come up with, or is it just like old tried and true?
It's just fusion, but everybody that I've heard, so like way back when I first heard it, everybody I heard who had back surgery, they got messed up bad. They hated it. The last 3 people I've talked to, and the 2 people have had multiple back surgeries I know personally, the last 2 back surgeries, they said, man, 100%. And then somebody else had that my wife knows, and this girl's kind of bigger, and she's kind of a wimp, but she had it, and she's 3 discs above mine. She's like, best thing ever. So I'm like, I would love that.
So without like saying who it is, whatever, I'm not asking that level of detail. But the surgeon performing the surgery, are they like reasonably young? Like, what I feel like going into it, I would feel confident if the sweet spot was they've been practicing outside of school for a few years, but they're also not so old that just this is the way I do it.
Well, the one is the second best back surgeon in the state, and the other one is a gal, and I don't know how old she is. But I know I have a family member who's had this guy. He's actually worked on 2 family members and a friend. This guy that I'm at right now. So,
I guess what I was trying to ask was, is it somebody that is practiced enough that you're not like their second or third surgery kind of thing, like they've been doing this a minute, but they're young enough that they're still hip to the research and like got their ear to the ground about new technology?
oh yeah, they're good. The one I don't know, that guy's like mid 40s. He's been doing back surgery since he got out of college. So like I don't know, he's got like 18, 20 years of back surgeries.
I think that sounds like about the best you can hope for. Until you show up, and then they're like, "Oh, that doctor was called away. We're going to give you Jimmy here. He's fresh out of med school." He's like, "No thanks. I'll wait."
Me on next year. I'll go ahead and pay my deductible again.
Like my wife and I got tattoos on our ring fingers for one of our anniversaries. We did all our research. We picked an artist that is reasonably well known, and we checked all his artwork and stuff. And when we showed up that day, the guy's like, "Oh, he had a family emergency and he had to go, but here's Jimmy," and we were all excited. We had already put our deposit down. We had the money, and I took a day off of work to get this done. So we're like, fine. How bad could it be? It was
Fuck
pretty
you,
bad.
Jimmy.
Jimmy didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He fucked mine up. He fucked my wife's up even worse.
Shit, man, that sucks. I fucking missed you. To talk to you. Of course, I haven't really been doing chats myself, but
Yeah, I've been keeping my eyes open, waiting for that little red bubble to pop up on Discord.
yeah, I know.
So I just figured I'd.
Like Lawfully said, sometimes like I have to send out multiple invites before people see it. It's weird. I don't understand that, but
I think one of the last chats you had, you'd sent me an invite for it, and I kept looking and looking and looking, and then eventually it got late. And then finally I go on like YouTube, and I'm like, well, shit, they've been on this chat for like over an hour already.
the last one with ACR, we had some technical difficulties. We started on Rumble. I sent out 2 different invites, and then we ended up moving to StreamYard because he couldn't figure out Rumble. And then I think that actually kicked me out of my own chat, and I had to close it on my mobile. Wow.
Yeah, that one
Yeah, we
was an
kept going
absolute
for a
funny
while.
one. We gave you like almost 15 minutes before me and Lawfully were like, okay, let's call it.
That was interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Your
that one,
phone
and he
died
got
or something.
called away.
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
It was tempting to not get your strike. It was too tempting, but you came out unscathed.
the fact they got 2,000 subs. What are you boys up to?
We didn't.
You get that? You talk about that other. I heard you talking about that Walther plate. Do you end up saying more about that, Lawfully?
I keep looking. I haven't decided yet.
Better question: have you or have you not added a new pew pew to your arsenal? Question mark.
I haven't yet. I have not
So
yet.
what's
Well,
the story
I
on
was
that? You're waiting on it to get delivered, or?
Yeah, they hadn't packed it up yet.
That's an off-air conversation.
Ah,
well, I did one that would make Muffin proud this morning. I went in, traded in, well, made a bit of a hillbilly swap for a handful of optics, and I came out on top. Got some really good optics and shit. A really nice bolt carrier group that's brand new. BCM. Yeah.
Heck yeah, bro.
Traded it out for something I got cheap too. So
Some of my profit that I made on my little escapade at the gun show, I have locked in scope, mount in for me, and a suppressed pew pew, and it's on hold until the January 1st. No tax stamp. So that's cool. So I'll have my 1022 tag suppressed with a scope for part of my venture there. So I swapped around a 22 that I just had an extra one of, and then I fully left this one out, test it up, so that way when kiddos start shooting, he's not scared. And for
perfect.
yeah. I have a feeling if we can get suppressors out of the NFA, and I have a feeling that integrally suppressed guns are going to become normal, because why not?
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah, why
just,
wouldn't you?
I want one on my shotgun so bad.
I've shot a suppressed shotgun before, and I'm telling you, it's fucking. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah,
It was a prototype. I'll tell you, but I think I told you about that one off air. The double tack snap one
yeah.
for that they're building up for SWAT teams and shit. That thing is so badass.
Once you've shot suppressed, it almost seems rude to not to.
Yeah, I feel bad for the neighbors and stuff because when I hear people racking off rounds, I'm like, oh, those guys are training, and we start trying to count how many people are shooting. And after about you get 7 guys rotating AR mags, it's really hard to start keeping track of where they're at. May I go out and my wife and grandma are up there talking to the boy, and they're like, "Dude, you done shooting?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, we didn't even hear you shoot." I'm like, "Ah, good, it worked."
Mission accomplished.
You've all held the Ruger Mark Series pistol, right? Like a 2245 Mark IV.
Yeah.
So the serial number's on the right side, just in front of the ejection port.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send it off to Tactical Solutions, and they'll lop it off and thread it, and it ends up where the can, when it threads on, is like literally a 16th of an inch past the last character in the serial number. Like that's how short. So that way, when you thread your average 22 can on there, it brings it back up to about the length of a normal one. Stupid quiet.
Sexy.
Like it sounds like somebody shooting a nail gun like way over there.
If they would
It's just
that, I would have. That would be badass.
Shit, whenever we go shooting on my buddy's property, it's not long before other people start going. Start hearing it off in the distance. It's like you gave them the itch to want to go outside and go play.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I gotta get. I don't know how much you guys talked about it, but I gotta get out. I need to go shoot, man. I need to get that Gen 5 locked in and figure out what I want to do for the grip. Probably just gonna do the hockey skate trick and quit being a pussy.
It works. It works.
Although I have been working on some more draws, which is about all the time I have, and I think I'm getting it down a little bit better. The Gen 5 stippling just factory is pretty good.
I gotta get some tape put on one of my first Dremel experiments. See if that helps. Helps it feel a little bit better. I went a little crazy
Pat,
on one of my first Dremel experiences.
hey Pat, you were talking about building up the backstrap. I thought about ordering a spare backstrap for that PDP, and then, like you said, mixing up some JB Weld or like Bondo or something, spackling it on there, and then like sanding it down to the contour that I want.
Just got pulled into a scale for the first time since I've been doing this. This one, anyways.
Nice.
Probably a little bit harder for aftermarket parks, but they kind of have that piece for a Glock already. But I don't know what they do for that.
Well, I'm not trying to extend the beaver tail. I'm just wanting a humpier backstrap.
Nice. Does that
I
mean?
wonder if I had a little bit more meat on the back of. It would push my finger where I need it because I have my middle finger on my right hand is the first joint is fused together, so my hand falls kind of funny. I wonder if I had a little extra bump there, if it would push my finger where I want it.
I know, doesn't Hogue make little rubber sleeves? I wonder if
Yeah,
they make something that extends the back out a little bit.
I don't know.
Probably not. And it's so tight. I don't think you would be able to slip anything under there, or you know.
Yeah, and I don't like the idea of the little rubber cock ring for the pistol.
Yeah, they seem like they'd probably be slippery if your hands are covered in sweat or
And I've
blood
seen
or
them shipped
whatever.
up and impede the mag catch on pistols before. Because they'll slip up and like rub on the opposing side. You push the mag catch through, like it's hard to depress.
you guys get a chance to talk about the Transformer yet, or are you holding off?
Haven't talked about it.
I'm waiting. I'm seeing some people already come out and have some wrong information on their video. Just yesterday, based on the emotion, trying to get the clicks and stuff. But I didn't talk about it this weekend. I'm probably going to
Yeah,
come in
don't.
that not that many people have come in on. Because I'm taking this break and stuff from YouTube, and I've kind of been changing my prepping focus. And I want to talk about it on the chat, but very, very long-term goals set in mind that I'm putting some stones down to get the pathway going now. I won't divulge here, but also again might be on maybe an increase in spiritual journey. So that's taking a different factor in my life right now.
You converting to like Buddhism or something?
I'm just trying to be a better person and more falling in the ways of, Christian views and things
Try,
like that.
trying
Not
to
like
be a better Christian.
trying to set a better foundation of morals for my son and my family. Trying to do all around better in that field.
There you go.
So what you're saying is you're converting to be a fundamentalist Mormon, and you're going to get 3 more wives, start having more babies.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I can
Stick them all in the basement and make them all start canning.
3 women in one house. Are you shitting me? I couldn't put up with that.
Well, a few more of them chicken coop size things attached around, you'd be fine.
Hell no. I'll hang out with you guys.
my wife found a new reality TV show. It's about some Mormons up in Utah making a prepper camp compound. And I told her, I said, "You trying to tell me something? Like, you ready to convert and get some sister wives?"
As long as you get a say in a couple of them, I guess you'll be all right.
Get on some Raisin Bran and had a grilled cheese for dinner.
I was bad. I stopped at a truck stop to pee, and it just happened to have a Taco Bell.
Oh, that nice silica meat. Yum.
Yeah.
Stuff right there, man. You're gonna do it right. Shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like the meat was like soaking through the wrappers and the bag and everything. So I'm probably going to be needing to stop here soon.
You don't bring a composting toilet with you?
He's not
No,
gonna use it unless he really has to.
we we had a lid that just fit on a bucket in our old truck, and we never used it. Before that, I actually did have to poop in a bucket. We stayed overnight at one of our pickups, and we didn't know it, but they closed at like 9 o'clock at night. So like 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I had to go, and I walk over and the freaking doors are locked.
Oh no.
Yep. I got.
So
I stack that. That's actually like 12 muffins, man. That thing is handy. I use that out of the boat and hunt all kinds of shit.
He takes all kinds of shit with that shit.
Yep. I mean, especially you get diarrhea and you're in the middle of nowhere, man. Man, one time I had to hang on to a hitch over by a ditch and it had snowed like a foot. So my touching snow. It was bad time. And of course, when you're taking a shit and there's no road plowed out there, it's one thing. And of course, if you're taking a picture of shit, just traditionally, everybody on the road comes past your truck at that point, so everybody knows what you're doing. Wave and honk, laugh and wave at me. I'm like, I'm, my opinion because I wasn't going to make it nowhere.
And your town is a perfect size for about half the people that went by. You're going to see them the next week at the grocery store.
Oh, man. No, thank you for that. People know me and know my truck. And when I went in to do the deer check-in station and, grab some stuff for dinner and whatever and BS and grab some beers, boy, everybody at the check-in station knew what I had done.
at that point, you just got to lean into it and be like, smile and wave, be like, hey.
Well,
Shit
I
happens.
better now.
Guess that's a faster way to get your deer check-in done. Like, yep, you guys all saw that? Yep, let me go.
Oh yeah, I had pretty really nice 4x4 whitetail buck that year. Nice and thick, button, good meat. Probably about 3, 4, like perfect shooting age. He probably wouldn't have got no bigger, but man, he had a nice body.
Somebody clip that.
Taken out of context, that sounds really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I remember I was trying to explain something to one of my service riders as a female. I was trying to explain how something worked. And, with my left hand, I made a circle with my index and my thumb. And then I stuck my index and my other finger of my other hand through that hole, trying to explain how something worked on a car. She goes, like a penis into a vagina. And I just kind of like, oh.
Well, fuck. If that's the way, that's the way you're gonna understand it, woman. I guess so.
Well, I'm the dirty mind. Here you are pulling that.
And what's funny is we were out in the service lane surrounded by customers and other employees. And, I told her, I said, I imagine this looks kind of weird to anybody not hearing this conversation.
Yeah. Oh, shit, boys. All right, I'm in a shower. I'm sweaty and gross and tired. I gotta go shower.
All right.
Because I ripped one of them out and it doesn't exist anymore. Deuces, everybody. Still love you all.
All right. Take care.
Have a good one.
All right. Now that he's gone, the real party can begin. What the?
What happened?
I don't know. I think he hit the wrong button.
I heard a what the, and then I looked back over, and he was gone. I was like, huh?
So at the class, the second day we all built a PDP F series, and then on the third day, after being out at the range for the first half of the day, we actually took the armorer's course where we took it apart and put it back together. And putting mine back together with their what's his job title?
Master armorer.
The overseer of manufacturing. I don't know. The guy that runs the
assistant
floor.
to the general manager.
Not exactly. But anyways, the dude who assembled the first PDP in the United States was literally holding my frame and said, "Hit it." And so I hit it. You know, you swing your hammer to do that, find your target, like light tap, and then you give it the what for on the second strike. When I gave it the what for on the second strike, pow! It broke a piece of the plastic off the frame, which is the one tedious thing. Like, it could have happened to anybody, it just happened to me. And I was pretty miffed in the moment, but kind of whatever about it, And then as time went on, I had kind of resigned myself to well, now it's done and out of the way, so now I'll be able to put mine together, take it apart, put it back together without worrying about it anymore. It can't get more broke. The gun still works. It's just a cosmetic blemish.
Yeah.
Literally, if you had your local gunsmith do something and he did it, and then you called them, that's not a warranty claim thing. It's just cosmetic.
Damn.
So, anyways, they took me aside later and they're like, "Hey, we'll have you come back and you can build another one." Because they don't want me running around with that janky looking one as one of their armorers. So I went back yesterday on my day off and built another one, and that one fell together. It was the opposite experience. It was easy. I squished it together with my fingers. So I wonder if there's that much tolerance in those parts, or if they had already loved on it a little with a file before I got there. I don't know which, but he casually mentioned, "We're going to send you both of them." So we'll see if that actually happens, because if it does, that means I'll have two to tinker with.
Either that or you just got that good that quick.
And I'll have one, and then there'll either be a spare one to trade towards something else, or if she likes it, there'll be one here at the house for her, or whatever. So
You have one to experiment on.
Yeah. Fully assembled spare parts kit.
The first Mosin that I ever got, I considered that was a sacrificial lamb, because I wanted to learn how to do stuff to, be a backwoods armorer. So I figured I'd have one that I didn't really care about, and that was beneficial, because that one is fucked. I tried to drill and tap the receiver to take a scope rail, and my drill bit walked on me, even though I center punched it. I guess my drill bit wasn't sharp enough, and it walked off, made it on there crooked.
Oh no.
So what does the redneck armorer do? You weld that hole shut and do it again.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, so I still have it, but it's more of a wall hanger now than a shooter. See, I fancied myself. I was gonna do everything myself. I was gonna try and weld a longer handle on the bolt so I could bend it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. I ended up buying one that you had to cut the handle all the way off, and you drilled and tapped it. Or no, you left some of the handle there, and then you drilled a hole beside of it, and it used that handle as like a locating thing. And
You
it's
got
low
the
profile enough that it goes under the scope rail,
yeah.
but you have to clearance the stock in order for it to actually close. Well, I decided I was going to try it in an Archangel stock, and whoever designed that piece of shit, uh, the cover for the magazine catch spring is right where the frickin' bolt closes. So as you're clearancing out the stock, like you start with the lip that's at the top and you grind that out a little bit, still won't close. When it's all said and done, you've clearanced the stock, you've clearanced the spring cover, and you have to clearance the frickin' bolt that holds the spring cover on before the bolt will close all the way.
And that was after the
So
bolts had already gotten hot from you trying to weld the handle.
no, I didn't try and weld the handle. Um, I couldn't find what I wanted to make that longer, so that's when I bought that other piece. But it looks like hell. So when you put it on the wall as a wall hanger, you put it the other way, so they don't see that. So Honda's not the only one that can fuck up Limosin.
Well, I mean, if you got them back when they didn't cost shit, it's excusable.
Yeah, it
I've
was
got
like
some.
like
I've got some.
$125, I think.
Yeah, I've got some heavily butchered. What are those things called? The palmetto lowers. Heavily butchered.
Yeah, definitely learned some stuff on what not to do. That's for sure. Yeah, I think I only paid $125 for it. Somebody had already chopped up the original wooden stock part where it gets really small and then goes all the way to the end of the barrel. Somebody had already hacked that part off already.
I was on a website last night that's got some cheap old shotguns and stuff on it for like $130 and stuff. And I was looking and I was just like, ooh, I can I can play with this. Ooh, I can play with this. Probably shouldn't though.
I have a single shot break action 12 gauge that I got from my dad had when he passed, and it looks like it was leaned against a tree out in the middle of the freaking woods for a few years. All right, it's not that bad, but it's pretty rusty, and I plan on trying to refinish that. It's nothing special, not like it's worth anything. I think I'm just going to sand it down and try and re-blue it myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to blue anything myself again. Jeez. That was a fucking learning curve right there, man.
Well, it's
I
one
mean,
thing to
I
try and
could do it
match up.
now, but
It's one thing to try and match up something like of just a little spot, and then it's another to do a whole thing where it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter what color it ends up.
Well, I mean, if you go into it with something in mind and you're dead set on wanting to get it the way that you wanted it, you know, you're gonna fucking drive yourself nuts unless you've done a handful.
Yeah, I haven't blued anything before. I went and bought a kit.
I'll give you a couple pages worth of freaking notes that I learned the hard way on that shit. Jesus Christ.
Just I know it's got to be stupid clean when you start.
Yep.
Because the oils on your hands will block the blue.
Yeah, wear gloves.
Uh-huh. Yep. I didn't make that mistake though, because the guy that told me all the little tips and tricks that kind of got me through it, he was very adamant about that. He was a gunsmith for a long time. He was like, dude, well, from your hands, anything.
No, they even say even after you clean it, like put the parts into an oven and get them hot. And he said oil will start coming out of places you didn't know existed.
Yep, you got to boil it off first.
Yeah. Just make sure the weather's nice for a couple days, few days, the week, couple weeks. You know, however you're gonna tackle it. Make sure there's some nice weather outside. You'll get through it.
I think Muffin's still listening while he's in the shower.
Oh, you know he is. Was talking about blue stuff.
Oh, we're still
Nah.
live. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I'm about to cut it off there. My headset's squawking at me for a low battery. And I don't think anybody's watching anyways.
Yeah, I gotta get the vehicle ready. I gotta go change out that coil pack, so my wife can drive her own ass home.
Of course, as soon as I say nobody's watching, somebody shows up.
Yeah, it's just Muffin. It's fine.
Nah, Crash and Kev.
Oh,
Hola. Man, that's late for you guys on the East Coast.
yeah, almost
It was
11.
like,
Almost 11.
my watch isn't keeping up with the time zones.
Strange.
I think it's because I turned Bluetooth off on my phone. That's probably why. Yeah, Muffin Top's still here. Before my headset dies, I'm gonna shut her down. Sorry if you just showed up. Go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, there's about an hour and a half of it. All right, later, brother.
All right. Yep.
Thanks for the
Thanks for
chat.
Good
jumping
night,
on.
everybody.
Y'all be nice.
Later.